So with all that said, are you guys ready for your headliner tonight? Let's try that again. I said, are you ready for your headliner tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, the Improv is proud to present Norm Macdonald.
That's a little difficult. I gotta start working out and shit because I don't think that's supposed to be hard. I'm never sure what shape I'm in because I don't figure out what other people's shape I'm in, so I don't know how far I'm behind I am and shit. But anyways, hey, what about Steve Fromstein, right? Do you like him? But seriously, did anybody buy that shit about when he's like, hey man, you read all those stories in the newspapers about people fucking their animals? Remember, everybody's like, what the fuck? I was watching you guys. Like, no. I never read that once in a newspaper. It was like, yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big story. It just came out this morning. Like, yeah, I guess we believe you, man. Whatever periodicals he gets. But anyways, listen, man. I was thinking about the bronze medal because I was watching the Olympics. And I was thinking, like, for the first place, they give you gold. That's a precious medal, right? That's a medal that you want in real life, even if you're not in the Olympics. Right? You know what I'm saying? Guy go, hey, you want some gold? You go, yeah. There you go, honey, I love you. You can tell because there's some gold. I buy you a hunk of gold. Or silver, same thing, you know, if you don't love them quite as much, but still you love them. You go, here you go, I love you, you know, not as much as the golden lady over there. But anyways, whatever it is, I don't think anybody fucking buys bronze. There you go, honey. Some bronze earrings. They're a little heavy, but you'll get used to them. They're bronze. So that's in the Olympics. You know, they go, here's your bronze medal. We gave them precious medals, but anyways, whatever. We're giving you copper alloy. Look how it doesn't shine. Well, congratulations on being the third fastest man on Earth. Here's your fucking shit thing we're giving you. I was like, thank you. You have to stand lower than everyone else, we've decided. And then we'll get to your fucking country's song after the other countries. Man, I love being in Nashville, I'll tell you that. You know, I've been here like 3 days. My favorite... Well, that's the only people that like it? They're like, yeah, that's about it, 3 days. He's still in his 3-day honeymoon phase where he likes it. So it sucks? You know what's good about it? You know what I like so far about it the most, honestly? The inside. If I'm outside, I spend most of my time thinking about inside. I gotta get me some of that Houston inside. In a lot of cities, you know, you just have inside, but you take it for granted. Here you go, I gotta get inside, man. Holy fucking shit. What is this? What on earth is this? Gives you perspective. You know, you're blessed. You're inside. People don't really. But also, of course, it's nice now because we can all be very focused with our impending death with the hurricane that we're having. I find myself much more focused now. I was wise enough to book a flight out of here Monday evening. I don't get a bonus for it or anything. You know? And I was saying, where the fuck's this hurricane? They're like, it's like, 9 hours away. I'm like, is that are you clocking it by fucking a guy driving a car time or a hurricane time? Hurricane, man, they don't know nothing about fucking time, speed limits or any of that shit. They do their own fucking thing. I don't want to see one of those fuckers, man. I get nervous just seeing the TV where the guy is chasing them for some reason. Most retarded job ever. Who the fuck gets into that? Go, hey honey, I'm going to introduce you to my parents tonight. Maybe you shouldn't tell them you're a hurricane chaser. Dad's kind of old-fashioned. And I've always been this little girl, and I don't know if he'd want me to marry a man who chases hurricanes. I mean, it's a great job. How do you want to be that when you're a kid? Ever since you're a kid, see a fucking, imagine a kid, seeing a fucking hurricane. I didn't think it would be the most horrible thing ever. I'd never think like if I was a kid, hey man, I should chase that fucker. Big, giant, fucking crazy killing thing, I think the exact opposite. I'd be, there's no money in it, but I would be a hurricane runner away from it. If I had a job for that. But anyway. I hope we don't die. That'd be fucking sick. How about I come here for 5 days. I'm here for like 4 months. I'm on a roof, That's what happens in these fucking things, right? You're on a roof while helicopters go. Can you stop taking pictures of me? It's picking me up, I know. I know it makes a good picture. The guy sitting on his roof, but please, help me. Oh, fuck, man. The politics and everything is nowadays and the shit. And this is a bad time for me. Because the thing with politics, you gotta have an opinion. And I don't have a lot of opinions. I don't even know where people get them. I'm so I know so little that basically whatever that I heard on the TV yesterday, I believe that. I'll just say that to somebody, I'll be at a party and I'll go, hey, I blame the media. Man, go get a sandwich, man, but think about it. You're talking about all that Iraq shit and economy and everything. Think about the fucking media, man. I gotta go get my drink. I'll be back. And then you can just stay on that all the way. People go, hey, what about the deficit with you? Fucking people, man, you don't know about the media. Whatever, maybe you think that's what it is, deficit. That's how you gotta deal with those words, when they bring up deficit, where you don't even know what the fucking word means. So you're at a huge disadvantage in the conversation. That's why, at parties, I can always find guys that can I can talk to that are the same dumbness level or smartness level I am. Because I can talk to super smart guys, man. But I can be at a party and I got, how gay guys have gaydar? I'm like that. I'm like that with other guys. I can see a guy immediately at a party go, hey, I can talk to that fucker over there. I'm pretty sure I can keep up with that guy. I saddled my way over to that character, and then we talk about Jughead comics for a while. I take a powder, and that's a good fucking party for me. The worst when you get caught talking to the smart guy at the party. That's not any fun. I don't know why they invite those fuckers to a party. It's supposed to be a party, and somehow a smart guy showed up. So, you know, like you're in the kitchen and everything, and there's like 5 guys, and then all of a sudden, you're talking and everything and shit, and then 3 guys leave, and it's you and the fucking smart guy, you know? And the guy's like, anyways, deficit. And you're like, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm going to get a drink from the fridge. So I'm not going to run away or anything like that. I'll come back. The guys, you'll come back? Yeah. Because the guy's heard it before, you know, he's heard. I got to go to the fridge. That's what he's heard most in his life, his whole life. Poor guy, you know, it's not his fault he's smarter, but nobody wants to talk to a smart guy. I find it hard to talk to people anyway, because you know how, like, you got time, you got to listen. Like, that's what my friend was saying. Hey, the key is to listen. But you ever try just listening? It's not enough, you know, because you listen, and then finally the guy fucking stops talking, and then you're fucked, you got nothing, you go, I forgot to think of some shit to say there. While you were talking. Sorry about that. Anyway, continue, and then I'll try to think of something. So you gotta fucking, whatever the guy's saying, he's saying this shit, you gotta listen, and then as soon as he says something you know about, you gotta fucking hamster that kiss, you know. You go, hey, Fonzie, you just mentioned Fonzie there. I know something about Fonzie. I'll wait till this fucking guy stops talking. And then I will tell him that thing I know about Fonzie. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Ho! You guys talking about something else there. Hey! Hey, I noticed you're talking about something else there, which is interesting, but hey, how about earlier when you weren't? Remember we were talking about Fonzie? Oh, yeah, Fonzie. He was a character, huh? His real name was not Fonzie. Henry Winkler. All right, you talk for a while, man. Not good at all. That's horrible, the conversations with people. You know, sometimes you got stories that you know are good. You got like some stories, not many, sadly, when you look at your entire life. But I got 6. 6 interesting, like entertaining, funny things happened in my life that people always like to hear about. You know? But the thing is, so if I get a new friend or something like that, I have to decide like how to fucking beat out those 6 stories over what period of time I want to take. It's not good if it's 6 days. If you do 6 in 6 days, that's not good. Because then the guy's like, this is the most interesting motherfucker I ever met in my life. This guy's got more great stories per day than any man I ever met. And then, of course, you're retired, you know. That's the worst when you repeat a story to a person. Oh, fuck, man, that's the worst thing in life. You're like, yeah, Bill, did I ever tell you that story about that time that I met Matlock in the airport? And the guy goes, yeah. And then you go, anyways, I was in the airport. I just told you not to, and you kept going. And I was reading a Jughead comic, and he was reading one of the big books. So I decided to sidle over beside him there and try to talk to him. Anyways, the guy goes, you told me the story. I did, man. He was reading, and I thought I'd pick up a big book. You told me the story. It turned out he wasn't Matlock, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, I told you the story. My best story. fair enough. I guess we gotta stop being friends. To start all over, trolling the malls and telling people my first story. That's how I get my first friend. I open with the third best story. So, what else is going on, man? I watch the news. I don't know anything about it, honestly. I don't know. It's funny when you ever see on CNN where they actually ask a question that says like, do you believe in the president's approval rating is going down in case of the economy, when the deficit of the war, you know, and stuff? And then it's a pie graph. It says like 45% yes, 50% no, 5% I don't know. So that's like me, I don't know. You know? And the interesting thing is, at the end of as we near November, what usually happens is, all the people that know, they already figured out what they're going to do, right? Then the election's always close. Then they go, hey, we got to get those people that don't know shit to decide our election. Those people that really have no opinion on anything. So these people are obviously, you know, very easy to get as long as you can get through to them because they don't know a lot of stuff. So you'll notice, like when it gets closer, it'll start with kind of things about health care and domestic policy and all that, those words. But then at the end, when they're just going for the I don't know people, I remember last year, because it happened, it was, and they had two commercials. One was for, it's for guys like me. It was targeted for guys like me. It showed some wolves, you know, like hanging out. And it said, hey, how'd you like to be eaten by a wolf? And then you're like, holy fuck. Not at all. And they go, well, the choice is clear. And you go, hey, that is, huh? Just tell me which one. I didn't hear at the end. What? And then they had another one that was more tougher. It said it was by the other party, and it's like, it said, would you rather be an eagle or a ostrich? You know, they showed a picture. And then that was tougher. You're like, never thought of it, really. Never thought it would be posed to me, a question like that. I don't know, I guess. Then the guy's like, you'd rather be a fucking eagle, you idiot! You're like, oh yeah, I forgot, sorry. Because they can fly and the wolves can't get them, is that it? Just tell me who to vote for, I'll be glad to vote. Maybe a little too hard. The ostrich is a motherfucking ostrich. Puts his head in the sand. That's how it's. When God made the birds, you know, it was a glorious day. And He sent the birds forth. I don't mean to speak like a prophet myself. Only prophets are allowed to speak like that. I do it. And then He sent forth. That would be the worst if you become a prophet if God appeared to you and said, hey man, you're going to be a prophet, the head of a big church. And you would go, fuck. Kind of happy with my job down at Muffins, you know? I've never been a particularly ambitious person. You must. Yeah. No one will like me. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Do you guys remember? What? Oh, the ostrich, yeah. So God, in His wisdom, on the second day, created the birds that He gave dominion to man. So He released the birds, and He was like, "Go, finch, That's a bird, right? Enjoy, hey, what's another bird? Sparrow. Go and know sparrow as of the largest beast. You will know more. He'd always say things that would be very confusing, especially for a sparrow. Go, all of you. And then you get to the ostrich. He's like, all right, ostrich, go and enjoy the days on earth that I have in the last 2 days been working well. And then the ostrich is like, hey, listen, man, I was trying out the shit. I was back there. Something's wrong. I was running fast and everything. Started with the wings, you were telling me about the wings. How that worked? Yeah. Got up like a little bit, but I think it was just a jump. I think the wings got in the way. I think I could have jumped higher without wings. It's not working. It doesn't work out. We just should go back and have that guy do something else to me. And then God's like, oh yeah. Hey, no. God doesn't think fast, but once he gets something in his head, no, then he goes with it. He doesn't want to admit when he's wrong. Listen, that's not why I made you. It's so funny that you think I made you like it was a mistake. I decided to make a bird that doesn't have the gift of flight. What do you think of that? Who would think of that but me, right? I think outside the shit, So, you go down, everybody go, wow, goddamn, that bird doesn't fly. You get all the pussy. Go ahead, everybody. And then the ostrich's like, I don't know, man. Listen, seriously. I don't want to fucking say you did anything wrong or anything like that, but what the fuck when the wolves come? What am I supposed to do? I'm going to be spending my whole time on Earth worried about wolves. And God's like, God can't be wrong. He's like, hey, listen. Ostrich, you're thinking about it the whole fucking wrong way. How about this? What if you stuck your head in the sand? Where are you going to go? And the ostrich like, wait, what the fuck? What are you suggesting? You're going to insult me. Throw me down there with other wings, but don't play games. No, seriously. Seriously, think about it, ostrich. You put your head in sand. You can't see the wolves, right? So how the fuck the wolf's going to see you? I don't know. I got to go down. That's the bottom line, right? Because I don't believe a fucking word of it. I think you're too proud. Now, whatever. Fine. Where do I live? The desert? Because then I know that's how they think, because whenever you see it, I see the nature shows, when something's coming after an ostrich, it doesn't stick its head in the sand, it runs like fucking hell. And then the last second it sticks its head in the sand, and then the wolves eat everything but the head. That would be the wrong way, the worst way to die. You'd rather be flying, at least trying to fly, and have the fucking thing take you down. Maybe you get a few beat fucking things in the goddamn wolf. Fucking put up a fight, be a fucking man. But besides which, who would choose this? How would you, if you were eaten by a wolf, let's say you're a person, right? And I think, people, ostriches, they should have more sense of self-preservation even than us, but with our houses. But let's say a fucking wolf could talk, right? And he said, hey, what's your name? What is it? Heather? That's a sweet name. So let's say a wolf said to you, right? Hey, Heather, listen, I'm going to eat you. from the fucking woods. I don't deal in sexual innuendo. I'm a fucking actual wolf. Everyone filthy? Everyone filthy world? Okay. So I go, this is what I was thinking of doing, Heather. I was thinking of eating you. There's a lot of ways I could eat you. I could just start eating your fucking heart. You'd be dead fast. Or eat your neck. I think that's a good way. My buddy Harry was telling me he's killed a lot of people. Or you could put your, what I was thinking, this would be kind of cool, put your head down, relax, right, in the sand and stuff, and I'll start eating your feet. Then I will eat all the way up your feet, all the way to your fucking neck, and just leave your head in the sand. You wouldn't go, I'll take that one. Whatever the last one was, I got lost halfway through it, but it sounded good. It's funny. I'm hearing these sounds. I don't know what the sounds are. They could be creaking. They sound hurricane related to me. It might just be me. I don't know. Everything lately seemed hurricane related. Like the humidity. I was saying to the guy, "You get this much humidity?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Not this much." Okay, well that fucking scared me. People are saying that a lot of places. I say, "What are your hours here?" They go, "We're open today and we're open Monday." I go, "What about after Monday?" They go, "Everything will be just fine, see?" Imagine if a fucking hurricane hits New Orleans, right? Fucking George Bush will be there in 2 seconds. Right? George Bush and McCain will have fucking snorkels and shit. McCain will be in a fucking PT gunner or some fucking thing. That'll be the coolest. How fast will they fucking get there? I didn't really understand that, but when did they come? Like a year and a half later? I can't remember. Like I watch TV, everything seems like far away. When it seems things seem far away, it doesn't really affect me. You know what I mean? Like 9/11 obviously scared the fuck out of me because it was here. Like I don't like when I turn on the TV, they go, "Hey, some bombs fell." "Hey, yeah, where?" "Here." You're like, "Oh." I was hoping it could be one of those other countries. Those far away countries that I never go to. Here doesn't sound good at all. Because remember before 9/11, you'd be watching TV and it'd go like, "Today, 183,000 people lost their lives in Macdonald." Your click. What kind of boring story is that? Where's those old roads they show at 11? Oh, fuck. Trying to start some fucking charities and shit like that. And all the charities, I don't like giving money to charities and then they don't cure the fucking thing. I feel that's money I've just thrown away. They never apologize. You can give these motherfuckers money every year. You give them half your fucking money if you want. And they never send you a letter and go, "Hey, listen, Norm, I know we said we were right on the doorstep to solving this 20 years ago when you started giving money, but turns out nothing. We haven't found that fucking thing." People still got it. Even more people have it now since you gave us all that money. So I guess you should have just saved your money, buddy, or given it to one of the, other ones. So you got to choose. I don't know. Like, it's funny because now it's real hard to solve these diseases. Imagine if you give some money, you could, imagine like a disease like scurvy. I was reading about that, scurvy. And there's a great disease because the cure is a orange. So you got a pretty good fucking chance of curing that. Most diseases, man, you'd have to go to science school for fucking years and shit. Nobody would like you, wear white coats and shit, always looking through microscopes. And then imagine if you got scooped too, You're like, oh, fucking with your microscopes and everything, and then you read the paper, and they go, scurvy cured you. I've been working on trying to cure scurvy. At the time they called it the skewer. Then you get bested by a guy happened into a produce market one day. It's like I was on the complete wrong direction. I was working subatomically, and turned out it was an orange. Sometimes the answer is so simple. Sure wish I hadn't wasted the last 18 years of my life. Hey, what about those recovered memories? I've read a book about them, And turns out you just have a normal life, like I think most of us here do. And then one day, you're just hanging around and everything, and then you remember that your uncle, from the time you were 9 till the time you were 15, fucked you in the ass every night. He never missed a night. So, and it just happen anywhere. It just all comes back at once. And, your day's shot then, pretty well. It's hard to bounce back. When you get a certain age, it's hard to bounce back. And then you go, yeah, it's curious, I completely forgot that entire time. The time when I was 9, I remember my 9th birthday, then my next memory, my 16th birthday. And I was at my uncle's funeral. Interesting. But then it all comes back to you. It's never happened to me, but sounds like a lot of fun. Fucking life isn't hellish enough. You have to go, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll try to live with this without killing myself. Another thing to not kill myself about. But, poor guys, I don't know about if you're 1 or something like that, because I heard Roseanne told me once, she said, yeah, I got molested when I was 1. I was like, I don't think that's possible. But they're not being fucked. I think, if you have she had a memory. If you have a memory from when you were 1, that's going to be a vague memory. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a very crystal clear memory. But no, I got kid myself, and I'm telling you, thinking about him getting fucked is one of the most unfun things about fatherhood. And then Do you consider that fun to think of that? You have children? Oh, you don't have any children? Well, when you have children, this is what you do. When they get to a certain age, you go, hope nobody fucks them today. Nothing I can do about it. I can't protect them 24 hours a day, but I hope that guy that says he's a good swimming teacher is just that. Simply a good swimming teacher. Doesn't have two sides. I hope he only has one side. That's what I hope most for my swimming teacher. I never wanted my kids to. I never want to open the paper and read about the double life of my kid's swimming teacher. I'll know, immediately I'll know, there's trouble. They have that show To Catch a Child Fucker. You ever see that? They call it a predator. I don't like that. It makes him sound like a fucking cool guy. What a real predators think. A fucking cougar is like, what? I fucking hunting goddamn fucking ox and shit. I'm a predator. That guy fucking fucks kids. I don't think the cougars have ever even read about the sexual predator. I think it's beyond their scope. None of their feelings are hurt. Let's not worry about them. There's bigger things to think about than worrying about what the cougars are about. But anyways, I'll tell you something about sexual predators. I feel sorry for them, but I don't like that show. I don't like Predators, and also I don't like the guy that hosts the show. I don't like either of them. I think it's kind of cruel. Because I can imagine most of them are probably sexual predators, but I can imagine a guy just getting entrapped, like maybe just some old guy, you know? Because by God, I believe I'll look on the WWW tonight. That my nephew put in for me there. Let me see here. My God, look at this, a chat room. You know, I didn't think people chatted anymore. My God, I'm going to type it in here. A username, Harold Delaney. Hello there, all. What are you chatting on tonight? And that's like, ding. Hi, I'm Misty. I'll suck your cock. Yeah, Misty, I can see you're quite lost for words here. But anyways, you got the wrong impression. I'm a married man. Once again, the name's Harold Delaney. He texts long. He's an old man, you know. He doesn't know about the ROTFL. Misty, I'm happily married, of course. Well, I'll suck your cock even though you're happy. Well, Misty, please. No, we have a good life. 44 years we've been going now. Gertrude and I, and she's bedridden now. The last 6 years, Misty. I turn her over every 4 hours. And the bed sores they get very ripe. But we have our life and we make do. I'll lick your balls too. Finally, Harold's getting weak. He's only a man. You know? Harold Delaney's not a saint. I don't even think he'd say that. Finally, he breaks and he shows up at that house. That house is bad. The same play every time. Guy go in the house and then you see just a fleeting image of a girl, you know, something. And she's like, oh, I'll be right back. Let's go to the other room. Whipped cream. Pussy, whipped cream, pussy. There's cookies on the thing. I made cookies. I I don't think they need that in a budget. I don't think that would be a deal breaker. I think the guy would be fine if Harold Delaney would be like, my God, she makes cookies too. The young people today, they say, well, but, and then, so anyways, the guy's there and he's just waiting, you know. Then Chris Hansen comes out instead of the lady. But it's not even there anyway. Chris Hansen comes out and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Then the guy's like, oh, what? Huh? Me? No, I was here, Misty. I'm her friend. You're Misty's friend? Yeah, we talk about stuff and everything. You know, have cookies and stuff. Anyways, maybe I should go or something. Then Chris Hansen, like that, sounds kind of cruel. He's like, really, you're his friend? Because here's some stuff from the computer, the www. Do you care to respond to this? You said a cock, fuck it, and her ass, cock, your cock again. And more cum, a lot of cum. You say the word cum and you spell it C-U-M a lot. There's all this stuff. The guy's like, no, that's fine. You don't have to keep reading it. It's fine. What's next? The guy's like. Then they just keep the torture going. And then they bring a bunch of cameras out. And then fucking Chris Hansen gets so sadistic, it's impossible, you know. He's like, listen, man, here's all the cameras. I'm going to give you a choice. If you want, you can talk about on the camera how you like fucking kids and everything. You know? That's what you enjoy doing. You just tell our cameras like why people would be interested in why you care for such a thing. Just explain your case, you know. A lot of people watch this show, you know. You get your message out to a lot of people. Or you can leave. Those are your two choices. And the guy's like, what? What was that last part? Or you can leave. I could leave? Yeah, you can talk about how you like fucking kids on the TV. Or you can leave. And the guy's like, oh, well, you're a scholar and a gentleman, and I thank you, sir. Why, I won't make a mistake like this again. And once again, it sure was an honor to meet a man of your type in this. And then he goes outside and fucking SWAT team gets him. The guy's like, oh, you know, not really. It's not like the guy's a threat there. It's not like he's gonna fuck them, you know. Pretty harmless. And then they take him away and he goes to jail for one of the strangest crimes ever. He goes to jail for, I don't know how long you last in prison when this is your crime. Not fucking someone who never existed in the first place. You don't look like the toughest guy in the jail. Go, hey, what left you do? It's not what he did, it's what he didn't do. He did fuck a lady who was underage. Well, we don't know if she was underage because she didn't exist. But, anything you guys want to talk about? What are you guys up to, man? What? Killing it? What? Killing. No, you're not saying killing. What are you saying? Chilling it. Oh, I don't know that term, that's all. Is that a term he just made up, or is that a real one? I mean chilling with it. I've heard chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. It's important for him to be up on the term. So what do you do, man? Other than chill, like what do you do during, like, because they don't pay you for that. But wouldn't it be a beautiful world if they did? Hey, you know what I was thinking about today? Speaking of chilling. Remember back in the old days, this is before your time, before my time, before I think all of our time, back to the Garden of Eden. Everybody was chilling, right? And everybody's fucking happy and shit. So that could have been us, you know. We could have got that, but anyways, it didn't work out. So, and the reason it didn't work out, and now I don't want to be a misogynist, if it was a guy, I'd blame a guy. It was that Eve whore. That's all. Adam had something to fucking play with it, but I know women, you know, I know women, and I bet like if I talk to 90 fucking 9, I bet everybody, every girl, I bet every girl in all of this room, all the pretty Dallas girls. You know something about Dallas girls? Let me tell you something about Dallas girls. But no, it's not a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. Oh, Houston, that's what I meant. I meant to say Texas girls, actually. But can you remember what I was talking about before that, though, if I tell you this one? Or have we already forgotten that? Because I don't have a memory at all. You'll remember. Eve, can you remember about Eve? Oh, the Texan girls, I meant to say Texan, not Dallas, sorry. All places are pretty well the fucking same. Hate to break it to you, but basically it's just you know, you have some fucking house and then you go over to a store. Anyway. This is what I love. Because I travel a lot. Every fucking place I go, what do you got here? They go, have you been to the Galleria? This is not the only Galleria. There's about 10 trillion of these motherfuckers, all exactly the same. But everywhere I go, people go, you gotta see an ice rink. I'm like, why? I've been to malls. A mall with an ice rink is not much different than a mall. Anyway. No, congratulations. Nobody's ever impressed when they go there. Hey, look, another one. The guy who's on the way, he goes, this one's got 2 Macy's. I'm like, what the fuck? How could that make it any better? What does it even mean? The guy's all happy. Yeah, as I was going to say, the Texan girls have incredible accents that I'm sure you know about, Texan girls, when you travel abroad across this country, you know, that all the guys all of a sudden want you to be their girlfriends. So, but you Texan guys, you don't understand, because also with Texan guys, the accent sounds like you're fucking retarded. It sounds like sexy or anything like that. Well, the Texan girl is all sexy and everything. But I don't know if it's sexy to you guys, because you guys like grew up with it and shit. And so you probably just think it's a regular voice. You probably don't think it's a voice that fucking makes your cock hard instantly. So I pity you fucking Texan guys. But don't get to fully appreciate it. So anyways, yeah, so Eve. Thank you. You were going to tell me, right? Thanks, sweetheart. What's your name? Sarah? What do you do? Oh, what do you teach? Oh, that's nice. Everybody's nice here. Everybody does a nice thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's strange. Special ed. Oh, that's cool. That's what my mom did. She taught special ed. And what else do you do? You look like you do more than that. You drink? Well, that's a good job you got, because you could drink all the fucking time. What the fuck? They never improve. They would never know you were drunk. It's really the perfect job for the fucking severe alcoholic like you. They think the hat looks good. No, I'm just joking. That I'm just joking about it. I think the hat looks really cool. That was a stupid joke. The premise of the joke was that it was a retarded looking hat, but actually it's really cool. Didn't mean to say that. Stupid. So no, I was just making the comment that because of Eve eating the apple, because the way it happened was God said, "Listen, here's everything. You know, hope you appreciate it. Made it for you two people. Thing is, I like apples. You know, so I come by and visit once in a while, see how you fuckers are getting along with all your everything. Woo. And I prefer to have a nice apple tree there. If I grab an apple, talk to you, fuck off back to the sky, and you guys have your thing." So they're like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good deal." Guys like, "See you later." Then I don't know how long it took, like 2 days. Eve decides to eat an apple on account of she got some advice from a snake. Now I know a lot of people, you know. Like once again, I'll say it to you people here. I would wager to say there's not a single one of you that would take advice from a goddamn snake. Even over the smallest investment tip. You know? Even if it was a snake-related question. There's just something so untrustworthy about snakes that even if the question was like, what state does the copperhead hail from? And the snake gave you the answer, you go, "I don't know, I'm still not going with it." I don't trust the snake. I've always been like that. But fucking Eve, she's like, "I don't know, the God who gave us everything and everything, he created us and everything, he's the best ever, that guy. And he told us not to eat it, but the dangerous viper I met an hour and a half ago, he had a whole different take on it. All right, I'll eat the apple." And then she's like, "Ah!" And then Adam comes back and goes, "Tell me I'm not fucking looking at what I'm watching. You're not eating an apple. Tell me you're not eating an apple. That's a bad thing to do. As a matter of fact, it's the only bad thing. You've just done the only bad thing possible." She's like, "Ah, a snake told me it doesn't sound good." He's like, "I guess I better fucking eat one too. I'm trying to fuck. See what they taste like at least." Yeah, they were worth it, Eve. Good fucking move. Here comes God. This'll be fun. Then God's like, "Get the fuck out. Norm's gonna die now. His knee will hurt a lot." I don't know if he brought me up personally. It all comes down to the same thing. Instead of fucking lounging around in a garden, my knee hurts a lot. I don't want to die. You gotta get like a fucking, you gotta get as a living will. That's why I try to tell people, because I got one. What you do is, it's a living will is when you get into a vegetative state or something like that, they don't know what your wishes are, so you put them on videotape. So you got to do that. That's what I advise. And I put it on, and if it was too much or something like that, I said, whatever you do, don't unplug the fucking plug. Because they got a plug. Because I know what's going to happen. If I don't have that living will, I know how those things go fucking shake down every time. Doctor's like, "Well, we got you 5 guys here, Norm's fucking, his machine's not doing much, We got them plugged in there, we got some stuff and all that, but anyway, it's your decision, What do you think?" And people are like, "I don't know. did Norm ever say anything when he was alive about his views on that? And the guy goes, yes. I remember, now that you bring it up, he said that he'd want you to pull out the plug. So he wouldn't have to go and visit him all the time. That's what he said. He said he'd rather not just be fucking like lying around for 10 years than having us all fucking coming every few weeks when we're trying to get ahead with our lives, you know? I remember him saying that. And they're like, all right. You're like, they can't see you because it's just your mind, but you're like, oh. I don't even want one plug. I want like a series of plugs, you know, because one plug, maybe one of them janitors with the big wide brooms they have, you know, those fuckers, just knock your plug out. I don't know how it'll be when I die. You know, they go like, whenever anybody dies, they go, hey, it was a brave battle he put up, you know, bad. First of all, to me, it's weird. I don't like battle with something because, you know, then if you lose, that's the last thing you do. You know what I'm saying? They go, he lost. The last thing he did was he lost that battle he had going with cancer. Cancer won, and he lost. And also, I think if you die, the cancer dies too. I don't think that's a loss. To me, that's a draw. You know what I mean? It's not like the cancer's like, I won, all right, man. I'll fuck his wife, take his job now. I mean, I won. What the fuck, I won, why can't I? This is where he works? This is where Uncle Frank works? Show me his, I'm the guy who had cancer. Where is his cubicle? Can't get good news when you die. I go to my doctor, and first of all, you know, when you go to a GP, how pointlessly retarded does that become? Like, you know, you go in, and the fucking guy does the same thing he's been doing to you since you were 4. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, all right, I'm going to fucking put a thing around your thing, and sure, there you go. Blood pressure. You're like, all right, what is it? The guy's 180 over 100 and something. He goes, that good? The guy's like, I don't know. Something I've been doing so fucking long, but now I'm going to hit you in the knee with a hammer. We've been doing that a long time, since Bugs Bunny. That's how far we've come. So they just hit your fucking knee with a hammer. So he goes, ah, fuck, my knee hurts. Then the guy goes, excellent. Exactly the way your knee is supposed to respond when I strike it with a hammer. All right, you can go. Meet the lady over there. I'm like, really? That was the physical? Yeah. You know, I'm worried about dying from, you know. Used to be Arabs. I said, man, an Arab gonna get me. Kill me. Terrorists. And then I realized, kind of retarded, because the chance of like an Arab terrorist killing me is almost none. Whereas the chance of your own heart killing you is almost 80-90%. And you know, we don't give a fuck about our hearts at all. We're not gonna pray. That's what got my dad. Just while he was sleeping, I hit him, and blood fucking poured out the side of his mouth, in bed sleeping. He never fucking expected, he never saw it coming. He was looking for Arabs and shit like that. His own heart. You would never have suspected it. He died so fast. From the couch, alive, dead, and blood, which was black, which I thought would be red. And the paramedics came and the doctors and stuff. And they just say stuff like to make you feel good, you know, and it's too late. You know? And one guy said to me, he said, "Don't worry, Norm, he never felt it, you know, he's asleep. He just died in his sleep." And I was like, really? He didn't feel it when his heart attacked and killed him? Because I wake up if my cat walks across my belly. So I don't know if my dad was that sound asleep or not. I'm not a doctor, but you don't know my dad. I believe something like that would rouse him. And then one guy, they don't know what to say, they just want me to make you feel good. One guy said, "Don't worry, Norm, he's in a better place." I said, "He's on the floor." Again, I'm not a doctor, but earlier he was on the bed watching Matlock, you know. And now, that looked like a good place. To me, that looks like a good place. That's the worst fucking place I ever seen. How you could think that that's the better place between the two? We'll have to disagree. We'll agree to disagree, as they say. But it's a sad time when you lose, obviously, your mom and your dad, or there's a few close people, you know, where it's really hard. And you have to be, you know, where it's those things where the people are so close, you have to be the fucking guy at the funeral. That's the important guy. That sucks. Because funerals, you know, if you're not that close to the person, they're just kind of fun. Like, let's say you don't know the guy that died that well, but, you know, you're with somebody and his cousin knew the guy. So then, a funeral to you is just, it's a chance to see a dead guy. It's kind of fun, you know? You don't fucking know anybody. And I find even people that are relatively close, it's mostly looking at a dead guy. That's why they show up, basically. And so I didn't like being the guy standing there all the time. That was fucking bad. And then people say the craziest shit to you. You know, like one guy ran out of people don't believe it ever. They're like, "I can't believe it." You're like, "Yep." They're like, "I can't believe it at all. It's beyond my comprehension. I can't believe that kind of thing. If I went around believing that, I don't know how I'd even live. I can't believe that he's dead. I saw him 4 days ago. And not dead at all. He was alive." I'm like, "No, he's dead over there. Can I look over the box?" The guy went, "I guess so." Some guys leave a compliment what your dad looks like dead. It's an odd compliment. Yo, he looks good. I'm like, talking about my dad? My dead dad lying over there? Yeah, he's good looking. That's the first thing I noticed. You didn't notice about him being dead and shit like that? No, he says looks. He's a good looking guy. Especially for a dead guy. I'll tell you something. Don't worry about him. He'll be getting all the dead pussy. Oh yeah. That guy's a good looking dead guy. You know. I don't know what the fucking name it means. I was like, "God, everybody leave, please. Just leave me to be sad." See, I don't get sad. I don't have as big a heart, I don't think. I can't get sad for everybody. You know what I mean? Like some people can be, you know? Like, you know when they have on the news, they go, "Tonight on the news, a lady has vanished." And I go, "Whoa, well, at least I didn't know who the fuck she was, so what do I care, right?" Then they go, "No, we'll tell you about her." And then I go, "No, that's all right. Please, no." Her name was Mary, and she was the best. Oh, Mary, who could forget Mary? She's missing now, but Earlier, oh, she was good. Here's her best friend. And then they go, Mary's best friend. And Mary's best friend goes, Mary was always there for you. That's what I remember about Mary. She was always there. Like, you'd be somewhere, right? And she'd be there too. And also, she'd be there in the sense of, if you want her there, she'd come. Like, let's say you were sick or something like that, right? And you needed some chicken soup. You say, hey, maybe I'll call my mother, something like that. Get her. Fuck that, call Mary. Because Mary would be way more chance of her showing up than your mother, you know. So you start liking Mary. You go, I gotta hear more about Mary, man. I wish she's missing, huh? What's the deal there, you know? And then the next day, more on Mary, you know, and oh, Mary. Here's another one of her friends. And then the other one's like, Mary was the life of the party. She would brighten up her room when she walked in, you know, not by lights, you know, not like turning on lights, but from her personality. She would brighten up the room, so not literally you could turn out the other lights, but I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? And the guy's like, yeah. And when she walked into a room and you were with your group of people, you know, and you were talking to each other, oftentimes you'd go, Mary's over there. Even though you couldn't like see her, you'd feel her presence, you know. First of all, there'd be laughter surrounding her. So that would naturally attract you to want to go over there anyways. But anyways, you'd eventually be over with Mary, as would the rest of the entire room. So you go, man, I like Mary. So then days go by, and you're very invested in Mary, you know. They're searching for her, and you send them money. You know, you want them to find Mary because Mary's better than any person you know. So anyways, then they go, hey, today in Vermont, searchers continue to search for Mary in the woods. And then you're like, the woods? Holy fuck, that's not good. That sounds bad. When you're looking for somebody in the woods, there's very few stories where they're like, hey, we found that lady in the woods. And she's like, hey, how you doing? I was in the woods. I was eating berries and roots and stuff. It was really cool. It was really cool. I was friends with a wolf and stuff. Hardly ever happens. And then the guys are always, this is how they're looking for that. Yeah, that's not a good fucking sign. When this is the search, just moving around with leaves. You know, the search should be, Mary! Mary in the woods! You know, it shouldn't be like, is she over behind that? It's a bad fucking sign, man. So, you know, you feel bad, but you can't stop watching. And you finally one day, you know, the bubble bursts. One day the crow don't cry, you know. And one day you turn on the news and Greta Van Suster's there. And it's like, well, we found her. She was in the woods in a shallow grave. As they always put them in shallow graves. I don't know why. Seems like a very poor, seems like for the killers, shallow graves is their Achilles heel. I would never want to give advice to any sort of killer, serial killer, spree killer, any type. But I would say that if I was a serial killer, or a spree killer, or a one-time killer, or whatever it would be, a lot of the planning would go into the killing. You know, how to lure the person out, or whatever the thing is. But of the entire plan, only about 5% would go to the killing, and the other 95% would be to digging the deepest fucking grave. I'd dig like a 40, 50-foot grave. in advance. I would dig the grave before killing the lady. And quick drive up, lady falls down 50 feet. Ain't no Boy Scouts fucking around 50 feet under the earth. And again, for the fucking people that may become serial killers in the audience, this plan I'm sure has its flaws. I don't want to read one day when I'm an old man about a 60-foot one. Thank God I did that joke years ago. In a place by the name of Dallas. No, they got mad at me when I said that. Somewhere. I wonder if you just forget everything. You know, I guess old guys with Alzheimer's forget shit. Like my kid, when he was a young kid, I took him to Disneyland, you know. I'm fucking lining up for the most shit rides of all time. Like 2 hours. I listen, man. You want to hear something? I fucking lined up for 2 hours to meet fucking Goofy. I swear to God, 2 hours of my life, fucking about 150 degrees, and I meet a college kid with a fucking Goofy outfit on. Right? Because I love my kid, right? And plus, I have to pretend to be excited. I'm like, ah, Goofy, because my kid, you know? So anyways, I do that, and then I show my kid, like, I go, hey, man, you know, I said, this was when he was 12, I said, you know, look at this picture. And he goes, what's that? And I said, that's Goofy, me and you and Goofy, remember? He goes, no. I go, I took you to Disneyland, you know, and I fucking stayed in line for 2 hours, and then we took a picture with this fucking retard in a outfit. So he goes, what are you, a fag? I go, no, I'm not a fag. I love you. I'm a loving father. Why is that a fag? What was this neck? To me, it's like this big moment. To him, it's like, what are you, a fag? All right. So listen, I gotta get up. I know, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was going too long, and then they hate me. They hate my guts. I don't know if you've ever had your guts hated, but I don't care for it. Well, you guys are, what's Texas? You know what Texas has is, it has goodwill. Did you find that? You don't find that? You don't? Really?
Yeah.
You find it like divisive? I thought it was like, it seems like good cheer. What the fucking shit? Haunted horse shit? No, listen, I don't go for that haunted horse shit. I don't care for ghosts. I actually don't give a fuck about ghosts. Because like they go through you. I can never even understand why you have to be afraid of a ghost. It's like, and you're like, yeah, but you're transparent. I have flesh and stuff. You're like, still, but I can put my hand through you. I'm like, yeah, I know. All right. So you guys have been fantastic. God bless. I hope come Tuesday some of us will get together. Like a gymnasium somewhere. And we'll put on a little show there, by golly. All right, folks. Thanks a lot. God bless.